Today I'm gonna try and defend ChatGPT's chess abilities. Although it's not easy to defend moves like this one, you have to remember that this move comes after a long conversation. So what I did instead is that I asked it to play a game of chess with itself and just give me the PGN. No back and forth conversation this time. And well, it did exactly that. So let's see the game. First of all, the game loads. Hooray! That means that there are no illegal moves. Or are they? Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. So this game features the Scotch opening. So we have an exchange in the center. And yes, so far we had the book moves. And up to move 8, this position has been reached in a game between Kasparov and Caruana. Again, ChatGPT likes to play Kasparov games. I don't know, maybe it's just a coincidence. But in that game, b6 was played. Instead, here we had d6. That's still a good move. We have an exchange. And again we have f4. ChatGPT likes to play this move. I mean, it's the best move, however, it's not easy to just open your king. I mean, there are no threats, but I wouldn't play it, for example. But anyway, the game continues, we have another exchange. And here we have the first inaccuracy of the game. I mean, I'm not good enough in chess to explain to you why this is an inaccuracy, but from playing illegal moves to just playing an inaccuracy, that's already a big improvement for ChatGPT. And this is move 13, so the first 12 moves were played almost perfectly. I mean, we know that ChatGPT is good in the opening, so that's not really a surprise. And okay, couple more moves. And here black is a bit better. I mean, even I can understand why. If you have a rook on the 2nd or 7th rack and it's been protected, you are probably doing a very good job. However, the next move, b3, gives black an even bigger advantage, because black can now lift the other rook as well. And now white decides to give the queen for the 2 rooks, which normally is not a bad decision. You don't mind giving your queen for 2 rooks. However, in this position, this doesn't really work out, because you have 2 loose pawns, your king is in the open, and your pieces are not coordinated. All 3 of them are unprotected. But there was nothing else for white to try. I mean, white could have saved its queen by playing h5, although that's also an inaccuracy, because okay, now black can take. And after this, I mean, your king is not very safe. Black can take another pawn, and also another pawn, so black wins 2 pawns. So wisely, white decided to give up the queen for the 2 rooks. So let's go back. And yeah, we have this move. And white doubles rooks on the d-file. And as black, you can't go pawn grabbing just yet. However, black does exactly that. But now white has a mate in 2. That's a back rank checkmate. However, this doesn't happen. Instead, white played rook d3. I could say that this was a case of double blindness, but because it was the same person, or should I say the same entity playing for both sides, I can't really say that. So after this missed queen, now black plays g6. Now there is no danger of a back rank checkmate, and the game continues. And now, for some reason, white gives up a rook, and after black gives a check, he takes a rook, again with check. And in this position, of course, black is completely winning. And you have a queen against a rook and a knight. And although in some cases having a rook and a knight is good enough to hold a draw, for example, this time it's not enough. Because black is also up a pawn if you do the count, and eventually black should be able to win this game. However, in this game, black doesn't go for the win. Instead, black goes for a repetition of moves. So we have a 3-4 repetition, which is not a draw. You have to claim the draw. What it is a draw is a 5-4 repetition. That's a draw. Or is it? Because the game continues. In fact, we had like 40 more moves, and eventually it's a draw. I don't know, maybe under ChatGPT's chess rules you have to repeat the position 40 times in order to be a draw. And look at those last moves. That was a missed queen, that was a blunder, a missed queen, a blunder. Even chess.com was confused, I guess. But anyway, that was a game played by ChatGPT against itself. No illegal moves, if you exclude the last part. And I mean, if we look at the game review, that's not a very bad game either. I mean, it had a couple of weird moves, but overall that's a game that an intermediate player could have played. So ChatGPT does indeed know how to play chess. It just needs not to be overwhelmed with a lot of back and forth discussion, I guess. But anyway, that was it. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.